Stop 9 on the Diamond League Tour brings us to sacred ground where legends have risen and history has been made for 50 years strong. Prefontaine Classic returns to Hayward Field, where speed meets tradition on one of the sport's most iconic stages.
It is a big part of history. Like, TrackTown is like no joke. It's absolutely beautiful. That's probably the one place in America that kind of feels the way that Europe feels about throwing, or just track in general, where it's like it's actually just genuine sport that we all love.
I love running at Hayward Field. It's just something about the energy there.
I mean, of course, like, I really appreciate the fans there because they know track, and then the facilities are so great.
I'm super excited to feel the atmosphere of Hayward. It's like a really special place, and it's supposed to be sold out, so it'll be really cool. We had severe heat training this week, so happy that it's a lot better temperature today. I have a track workout, and we're gonna start with some 200s. And then we're gonna go into some harder 600s that are like breakdown 600s. So just gear shifting, which is really fun and new for me. And then what's after 300s? And then, yeah, and then 300s. And then we have a mild threshold K at the end. That's always the worst part. But today maybe it won't be so bad. So yeah, just a good track sesh with a little bit of everything, which is exciting.
What's looked a little bit different with training since sound is that now we're kind of getting into the peak season and more like 1500 focused stuff. So I'm definitely doing a little bit more lactic work and speed work. It's a classic runner, like, oh, I'm just not starting speed work yet, but it's just doing a little bit more speed work and helping prime my body a little bit more for some fast 15s later in the season. It's my first pre ever actually as a pro, so it's really nice to just have this opportunity and get to be in such a fast race with such amazing individuals, and it's supposed to be sold out, so it'll be really cool. Since it's my first pre, I'm definitely looking forward to being here for a competition that's not U.S. champs and just seeing how different Hayward feels in that regard. But also like getting to come here and race individuals that aren't from the US. I'm also just like excited to see what it's all about. It's the 50th anniversary, so I'm sure it's gonna be all hyped up and just an awesome crowd.
I feel ill, and I feel like I'm kind of gonna throw up.
Yeah. I'm speeding up to try to get rid of the disc, but the issue is I land like this. So when you're trying to push off of that, I don't have much here. I'm there and I'm unstable, but I'm loaded.
But then right there, you need to get that power to meet right in the middle. That
Yeah.
leg, that's not bad. Looking at it, there you go.
Yeah.
That's nice.
This will be my 4th time at the pre-classic. It's always the meet to be at. Obviously, I'm spoiled because I'm a Nike athlete. So you get the Nike vibes. Love it down. But super excited to be back, and Hayward feels like a home court advantage. So I'm excited to have that leading into the pre-classic. Yeah. In Europe, I had a really rough time, and so what I've been training to kind of get together while back home is honestly just the fundamentals of the throw. I'm really just trying to get back to base with what has made me such a good thrower. I've cleaned up so many things like my alignment and my drive. It's just like when I get at the front, there's just nothing there. So pretty much we're just getting back to basics. it is a big part of history. Like TrackTown is like no joke. It's absolutely beautiful. That's probably the one place in America that kind of feels the way that Europe feels about throwing, or just track in general, where it's like, it's actually just genuine sport that we all love. And to be able to compete back there will be, you know, everything. Every time you step into Hayward, it's like, I am putting yourself to be woven back into the fabric of that historical stadium. And so that means a lot, you know. Like they said, you know, like legends are made there, and that's why that's named after Prefontaine, because he was that guy. And so we're all just trying to be that guy. So I'm super excited to get out there and have that Hayward magic really just come together with all the stuff that I was seeing today at practice, and just really go and get me one. Bring it, rain or shine. Like we're gonna go and we're gonna do some damage.
The eyes of the world turn to Eugene, Oregon, the heart of track and field, for the 50th anniversary of the Prefontaine Classic.
Getting ready for tomorrow's loaded slate of races. The fans are the people who win tomorrow, because no matter what, it's going to be very entertaining.
I think that it doesn't matter how like well prepared you are. We've seen it every time in Hayward. There's always big surprises. So regardless if you're at the top or at the bottom, you're kind of like, oh damn, like who's gonna harness this power right now?
Going into pre, I was definitely expecting like a really fast race, an awesome crowd, definitely like big performances.
You can see why it's electric. You can see why it's magic. I mean, they call it the magic of Hayward, and I think you step in, and without even the fans being in there, you can tell why it lights up and why these athletes want to come out here, right, time and time again to perform here.
The 50th running of the Prefontaine Classic, a global field, a legendary venue, and a meet that always delivers.
Good. I just got here, so I'm like, I ran, got a massage, now I'm chilling, now I get to be here, super cool.
You don't compete until Saturday,
Yeah,
right?
no, I don't compete until Saturday. The stadium looks so busy, there was already like a line outside and stuff. Oh my God. Ooh, it is a full stadium.
When I was asked to throw the first pitch at the Drifters game, I was like super honored, because I was like, me? You want me to throw the first pitch? But yeah, the second thought was like, oh my God, I don't want to embarrass myself throwing the first pitch.
Oh, I get one? All right. I think you're supposed to hold it like this. We're not opposed with this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hi.
I started to get really excited just because it's cool to like get to be a part of the Eugene and Springfield community outside of just coming to Hayward.
Behind the scenes of our 2025 season through the Road to TrackTown series on the TrackTown U.S.A. YouTube channel all summer. Please join us in welcoming Olympian Heather MacLean.
All right, ready? You ready, Jackson? That was pretty good, right? Nice to meet you. Good luck. Oh, thank you. Thought I did a pretty good job. If I get the call up tomorrow. I know, yeah. Yeah. I'll sign it now. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, my name is Laulauga Tausaga.
Hello, my name is Heather MacLean, and I'm on season 3 of Road to TrackTown.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wait,
You got it?
What's a TrackTown logo?
Right, I should have just said. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wait, that would be a good one.
Right.
All right. If you were to switch events at pre-classic, who would perform better? Oh, you would perform better for sure. I cannot throw.
Okay.
I cannot throw. I'd be
on.
fouling every time. I'd be hitting myself.
I don't think you underestimate. I got a good 20 meters in before I start faking the cramp and getting off the field.
Oh my God.
Now, I'm telling you right now, you might just be better than me in this event.
Okay, but where would we equalize then? If I'm 15, then maybe like
Maybe
200?
I can't do that.
100?
How about you do the 200 and I'll meet you at the 100 mark?
Yeah. I like that.
Okay. Ooh, because that would have been rough. If someone were to look in your camera roll, what would they find photos of?
Oh, oof. My
dog.
My nieces and nephews. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay, so it's. I have 14 nieces and nephews.
You do?
Yes.
I have 7.
So, bro, they just be popping out of the woodwork. But
they're like, when are you gonna have one? Not right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's revisit that.
Yeah.
But I'll have that. Throwing videos and like Drewski meme screenshots.
Oh, I saw that.
I can send things to people when people say things. They're like, so you're just not gonna reply? You're just gonna send memes?
Yeah, you're like,
I can speak
pretty
an
much.
entire language with just
Yeah,
Drewski
it's
memes.
a love language. It should be in the love languages book. What is something that you admire about one another?
What I do admire is that you chose to run in general. I'm so sorry. Like,
real though.
You're one of God's strongest soldiers. Like,
something's wrong.
It's just like, because this is one thing that I think about too. Like, even when you're just starting to run in general, like, do you just like start running? Like, like what is the protocol? Like, bro, like,
yeah, you just start.
You know, like, you know, you're like, I'm gonna turn over a new leaf, and you like walk out your house. It's like, do you just go? Like, like do you
I
go?
stretch a little bit. I would say how close you are with your family. I think it's so sweet, and I just, I loved like watching the videos of you with your family.
They're a headache,
and
but
everything.
thank you. They're my headache.
You're such a good auntie.
Yeah, that's TrackTown again. We did it!
Yay! That was fun.
The world looks to Eugene, Oregon for the ninth stop on the 2025 Diamond League Tour. Fields are stacked with talent, and the history is rich at Hayward Field for the 50th anniversary of the Prefontaine Classic. The women's discus brings together the best in the world with 2023 world champion Laulauga Tausaga. Women's 1500 field is more competitive than ever. Tokyo Olympian Heather MacLean looks to continue her strong season for the World Championships this September.
The atmosphere in call room 2, it's like so many moving pieces. Like, you're not the only event going out. It's literally just the Hayward magic. Again, I've said it and I'll keep saying it. It'll either make you or break you.
Obviously, we're all racing each other and we all know what the objective is, but like it's a little different where we're not like racing each other for like a spot on a team, I guess, per se. It's just another competition.
I think that it doesn't matter how like well prepared you are. We've seen it every time in Hayward. There's always big surprises. So regardless if you're at the top or at the bottom, who's gonna harness this power right now?
Last race, which is another world record attempt in the women's 1500 meters.
Women's 1500 field is more competitive than ever. Tokyo Olympian Heather MacLean looks to continue her strong season.
I was like super excited to be in a race like this just because it's been a long time since I've been in such like a loaded field. I think I was definitely like a little bit nervous about it. But yeah, definitely like, it's weird because you know that they're gonna go out so fast. Having the kind of unknown aspect of it was like a little bit intimidating to me, but it was also exciting because like, again, you don't know what's gonna happen or who's gonna have their day or whatnot.
On your mark.
Starting the race, I felt like very good, super strong. I thought I got out really well in a great position. I was in the chase pack. I felt just like good. We went out really fast, which is like faster than I've gone out this season. I thought I did like a great job of like staying in the pack and holding on until like 400 to go, and that's where I feel like I kind of like lost touch with the pack a little bit. Oh my gosh, the atmosphere was amazing. The crowd was crazy, especially like coming down the home stretch and hearing them cheer for Faith and everything. Like, my ears were ringing with how loud it was, so It was nuts. Like, I don't think I've ever seen Hayward so packed. I finished like with a time that is pretty consistent for me. Definitely a little bit like disappointed because I was hoping more out of the day just because I feel like my fitness is at a different level than I got to show today. But I am happy with like consistency, and now I have feedback for like the things I need to work on going into U.S.A's. I definitely want to like take today as a lesson and try to not let myself get down about whatever went on today, and just like instead learn from it and just say like, okay, these are the things I need to work on, and yeah, just take that instead of just being disappointed and thinking that like things can't change, because anything can happen, so yeah.
The women's discus brings together the best in the world with back-to-back Olympic champion Valerie Allman and 2023 world champion Laulauga Tausaga.
When all those track fans come up and they're just surrounding that stadium, like, it genuinely felt like U.S.A's. Like, there is something to be said because those are genuine track fans, especially in America, where like they know your name, they know your event, and they know how important this is to you.
We go up to women's discus now, the first round, and world and Olympic champion Valerie Allman is first in the throwing order of the 8 competitors.
This was genuinely like a world final, and the crazy thing is not even all the girls were there. It's definitely a situation where it's like, if you're not on it, it's just not gonna happen, because it was really deep today.
So a good start for the American Valerie Allman. You think back to 2022 when she didn't win the World Championships here, was a teammate, Tausaga, who took the surprise win.
Usually if I have a decent first throw, I'm able to get going. If I don't, man, you about to see me struggle. So first throw, I'm like, this is the end. I have been training so well that I was like, honestly, I'm at the point now where it's not like we have to reinvent the wheel. It's, you just did this too much. And so I went in on the second throw, feeling really calm. I completely felt like I missed it, but I was like, that's a lot better. And that was my highest mark. And so after that, I was kind of just like, you know, throwers say it all the time, grip and rip. Wasn't my best day, but for the worst day, if I would say, I would take this as a day where it's like, okay, like 65 or 64, like in the mix, that's gonna make a final. That's gonna make a final at Worlds, that's gonna make a finals at U.S.A's. Stay the course. I knew if I got all of it, it was gonna be stupid crazy, and I knew if I didn't, I'd still have some luck. And I started to see that where like I had the 63 and the 62.
Valerie Allman will stay as the winner there, 70-68, 2 meeting records. Very first throw of the competition, 69-48 set the target.
I just kind of felt like throughout that entire competition, I handled myself like way better than I thought I would. And it kind of just felt like hope. It wasn't like, oh God, like you're sitting there next to your competitors and you're just like, please, please, please let something happen. Please let something happen. It was more like a, when I get this right, y'all better be ready, because I'm not gonna be at the bottom no more. And I really enjoyed that feeling. And I wanna hold on to that feeling until the very end, like regardless of my place and how things happen, I have to be happy because I'm okay with myself. And I feel like that was the most important part about this meet, where it was like, did we do what we wanted to? No, but we know we have a chance to do something big. And that is literally the feeling I've been chasing for. And so like, I'm gonna ride that high and I'm gonna take that as a positive, because I know once I really do have it, it's because of these moments that I have where it's like, we just need hope.
Paris Olympic champion from last summer, goes in lane 4.
The Olympic champion, the world leader from the U.S.A,
Have a lot of great memories here, you know, making the Olympic teams here. Just the crowd, the fact that they know track and they have a lot of knowledge on it. It's special.
When they were saying the lineup, like, it's just everyone has accolades. The top 3 fastest ever in the race at that time.